So this is a game called Dice Command. It is a worker placement area, not area control really, but war game, similar to think. So the war type side of this game, the war action, I guess, of this game, kind of reminds me of Memoir 44 a little bit, because there's just lanes and you're fighting people, like, yeah, stuff like whatever. It's a pretty simple war game, but you're also placing dice as workers on these abilities that you have in front of you, or different actions that you can take to, you know, move more units, deploy more units, improve your units, stuff like that. So on your turn, you're going to roll all your dice, and then you're going to place them on either one of these four location or areas right here in front of you, or one of these cards out here. So these cards are going to be changing throughout the entire game. So they have tons of different unit or abilities on them. We'll just cover them as we use them. These four, though, are going to be remaining the same. So we have research and development. So you just have to put 2 dice of any numbers on there, and you get to earn and apply research towards ending the war. So you get 1 research token when you take this action. Research tokens are these little atom science symbols here. And then you'll notice also that all these, all these have upgrades in the bottom right corner as well. So to upgrade research development, it takes 5 of those, and when you upgrade it, you get to place 2 reserve units behind enemy lines. That's awesome, because the goal of the game is to get 5 of my team's units behind enemy lines. So behind enemy lines is going to be over here in this darker shaded area. And it must be at least 1 of each of our units. So Matt's playing green, so we have to have at least 1 green die and 1 blue die behind enemy lines to win. But 5 total. So that's really powerful if you can get 5 science.
Also, when you upgrade, it flips the card.
Yes, so when you upgrade as well, it will, let me unlock this here and flip it. It'll remain, the ability will remain to get 1 research token with 2 dice. But now for 3 dice, you can place, or for not for 3 dice, but for 3 research tokens, you can place 2 more units behind enemy lines. So it gets a little bit easier. And you may assign research tokens in place of credits and units. So that's pretty crazy. So let me flip that back over. Okay. The next one here is the headquarters. The headquarter allows you to deploy units. So say I put these 2 dice here, it also allows you to advance units. So I'll do this right here. So you can take these actions in any order you want. So say I want to deploy that guy right there. So I can just pull him off and deploy him. Whatever value is on the die is what will be deployed. And then I want to advance. So I take this unit and he goes back to my barracks. And then I can advance. So I'll move him up 2. And then I can deploy another unit. So when you deploy, you can either deploy to your front line or behind one of your friendly units. So I can actually deploy him out 1 space further than he would have normally been. And then since I don't have any more advance, I can't advance him anymore. But if this card was upgraded, you see that it also gives me the option of 2 advances. So deploying has a couple more rules with it. If you have, so say I have a 1 and a 4 out there already, I cannot deploy another 4 or another 1 or 4 out to my field, because you can't have the same number unit unless it says force deploy. So this one, if I put a die here, it has to be 3 or less. That's what the little chevron means below the 3. It'll let me force deploy this unit on top of another infantry. So I can actually take this 1 and drop it on top of there. So now I'm breaking that rule of not having the same number die out there. But maybe I have another 4, oops, that I need to deploy, so I can put him here. And now because that 4 is covered up, I can deploy this 4 normally. And when you have 2 dice on top of each other, that actually becomes a tank, which is pretty cool. We'll get to battling and stuff here in a little bit. But that's the headquarters ability there. Okay, the next one is financing. This one allows you to get more credits. So you put 1 die here and you get 1 credit. If you want to get 2 credits in a single turn, you'll need to put 2 more dice there. So this would get me 2 credits. It can be upgraded for 2 science tokens. So let me flip this over. And when you upgrade it, you have this ability ongoing that if you have 4 credits in your barracks at the start of your turn, you gain a credit. So you're making money because you own the bank. And then now it only takes 2 dice to get, like, it takes less dice to get more money every turn. And if you ever roll a 6, you can actually use that to get 2 credits right off the bat. So pretty awesome. The last ability here is conscription. That's how you're going to get more units into your barracks. So this is your reserve over here, where this is your barracks. So you take money, you put it over here, $1, and that's going to allow you to recruit another person, another die. If you want to recruit two units in the same turn, then you have to put $2 more on there. When you upgrade it, it's cheaper, and you can put a die here. And when you take that die off, you force deploy a value 1 unit from your reserve. So you don't have to have them in your barracks. You just grab one of your value 1 dice from your reserve over here, and you can deploy it to the field. And it's a forced. Yep. And since it's a forced deploy, you can break the rule of not deploying the same number unit. All right. So that's the basics of these actions. We're going to cover battle real quick. So dice will battle whenever they run into each other on the field. It is important to note that tanks will actually just run over light infantry. So light infantry are single dice that are 1, 2, or 3. But if this was a 4, 5, or 6, it's considered heavy infantry. So these would actually battle. So to do battle, you just subtract the number from each die of the opposing unit. So I would subtract 4 from the blue dice and 5 from the black die. So this 4 would essentially go away, leaving a 1, and the blue die the black die would be dead. So that would be the remaining of the battle. We have this 1 blue left, and that's battle. The other thing to note is advancing units. So units will advance naturally at the end of your turn. All your units will advance. You can force advance using the actions though. If they are 1, 2, or 3, they're considered light infantry and they move 2 per turn. If they are 4, 5, or 6, they are heavy infantry and they can only move 1 per turn. And if they're tanks, they only move 1 per turn as well, even if they're a 1, 2, or 3 on the top of the tank. That does not matter. Tanks are slow. The last thing to really note is that there are 4 locations out here. 1, 2, 3, 4 on the board. If you own one of those locations, you do not have to advance your units if you do not want to, so you can leave this tank on this number 3 if you want, and you're going to own that location. It's just going to open up that ability for you to use. So we have the munitions depot, which is number 1. So before an engagement, you may increase your participating units value by 1. So if someone was going to do, if I own number 1 and someone was getting ready to battle me for this location, I could increase this to a 6 before doing battle. Number 2 is an established front. You can, for $1, roll a reserve unit, force deploy it behind or beside that location. So say Matt owned number 2, he could roll one of these dice and then force deploy it behind it or even beside it if he wanted to. Pretty powerful. The aircraft carrier, which is number 3, if you put 2 dice here, you can deal 3 damage to all units in a single row or column. So that's a single row or column, and it is all units, so you can even damage your own if you're not careful. And the last one here is bell tower. So if you own bell tower, at the start of your turn, if someone is within 2 spaces of the bell tower, so like this black die is 1, 2 away because diagonal counts, you can roll a d6 and then deal that much damage to them. So if I rolled this 5, that would actually kill that guy from the bell tower. So that's essentially the whole game. The goal again is to get your dice behind enemy line before they get their dice behind your enemy line. Matt, we rolled before beginning. Matt is actually going to be going first, and then Squirt or Josh, and then Steve, or no, then me, then Steve. Oh my gosh, Josh, I'm all mixed up now. But that's
Josh's fault.
excuse me. So that's
Josh, Joe, Steve.
Matt, Josh, Joe, Steve. The only thing I don't remember, Josh, is do we all roll our dice at the same time, or no? Is it one person at a time?
Individually.
Okay.
When it comes to your turn.
Yep. So go ahead, Matt. And the last thing I didn't note is that if you use any of these cards on your turn, they get discarded. If not, the one furthest to the right will get discarded, and a new one will be brought out.
And you can use them to get research. I don't know if you said that.
I did not. So if they have this little icon in the top right, and you don't want to do the ability in the middle, you can use it to get an extra research token. So if you want to try and force research faster.
So like if you have 4 die and you want to put 2 on the research and development, 2 on that, boom, you have 2 research from that one round.
Boom indeed. And that is it, I think, right? So
Uh-huh.
go ahead,
So I
Matt.
roll all my die to start.
Yep, so you highlight them all and hit R and it'll roll all of them.
Yep. I think you hold shift and you can drag to highlight multiple things. There you go. That's a pretty decent roll. So now Matt can place them out.
Good gravy.
We're also on teams. Joe and I are on a team, and Josh and Steve are on a team.
Yes, that is correct. So it's Team Blue-Green versus Team Black-Red. Team
Probably-
Elves and
let's see.
Counter versus Fireball and
I
Swamp.
prefer Team Amazing Sauce
I'm gonna put that there. I'm gonna put that there.
All right.
versus Team Bear Cub.
What else should I use the 6 for?
You can stack it to make a 12 tank.
Joe wants candy. Wait, that's
Okay.
wrong. Never mind.
Yeah, that would be a really powerful tank.
And I'll just throw, because I want to use all these.
Yep, you do want to use all your dice.
And then what should I
Now
do with
remember,
this?
you're only going to be getting back 2 dice now because you're going to be deploying out 3. So
Correct.
next round you'll only have 2 dice.
So I would use it to at least get $1, probably that last one. And then use at least one of your dollars to get another die, otherwise you're only going to have 2 dice next turn.
And is this just one to upgrade?
Yes, that is
Yes.
one to upgrade.
Upgrade it? What's the other side?
It's money
here, I'll show
for
you right here. See,
cheaper.
it costs
Yeah,
less
that's
to get
what
more
you do.
units back.
Ah, okay.
Pretty good.
I think I'm gonna do that.
Okay. So if you're done
So that's
placing...
the first phase, part of the phase, is to assign.
Yep.
And then the second part is you can then
Start doing these in any order, but
yep, do
upgrading
your
is
dice
last.
and money in any order. Yep.
Okay, so I'll just pull this off to get $1.
Okay.
And I'll pull, this goes to the bank, right?
Yep.
Uh-huh.
And you
Or
pull
you-
another die into your barracks.
Let's do a deploy first.
Okay.
I'm gonna deploy it. Goes on the back one.
The like clear, like, yeah, that row. Yep.
But it has to stay on your side.
Yeah,
And then I'll
you're
advance.
5.
Does this advance go back to the barracks?
It does, yes.
Okay, and then I can move this guy too.
Yep, because he's light infantry.
And then I can deploy this guy behind it, right?
Yes, not beside, only behind. Okay. And then if it's the end of... Oh, nope, you have one you can upgrade now. So that goes away. You might have to unlock it, and then you can hit... There you go. So now you have a better conscription option there. Alrighty. Alright, and then at the end of your turn, all of your dice, well, you may advance your units on the field again. So he can actually advance 2 if you wanted him to. The number 3 can.
Yeah, I may as well just block this, right?
Yep, so now at the beginning of your... Oh no, yeah, so you can use this as an action now, the established front. So you could put $1 on there and then conscript if you want to, or whatever.
I don't think you'll be able to
Not
use it this round. It would be next round.
No, yeah, it wouldn't be
next
till
round.
next round, yeah.
So I already
Discarded, moved the
discarded and moved.
Yep.
This new one came out as a sniper, so deal 6 damage to any enemy unit.
Yep, but it does take a 6 to use.
Yeah.
Well, if you're Matt, you just roll 2 or 3 of them at a time.
Yeah,
It's quite good.
yeah, for sure. So my turn.
Wow.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's do that. Yep. Okay. So I'm gonna deploy this guy first,
Okay.
and I'll advance him 1. I'll take this guy to gain a money.
Money.
I'll take these to gain 2 people.
Yep.
I'll take these 2 to gain a research. And then I'll spend this research to
Upgrade it. Yep.
flip that.
Cool. And then at the end of your turn, you can advance again. And a new card will go out. So this new one is Morale Boost. You may increase all deployed units by 1, then force deploy the assigned unit on an open space in front of a unit you own. Wow. Okay, well, let's see what I can do here. Okay.
That was in the other row.
What's that?
Yep, I can go diagonally when I move.
Yes,
Yeah.
you
Oh,
can.
okay.
Yep. Oh, that takes 2. Fudge. Hmm. Alright. Okay, so I'm gonna spend the 3 gold to get 2 more dice. I'm gonna take this die. Take this die off to get my 1 gold. I'm going to deploy this unit right here. Take this off to advance him. And then deploy this tank right here. And then going to upgrade this. And then move my units.
It's pretty similar.
Yeah, I forgot this one took 2 science. I was gonna upgrade my financing, but womp womp. Forgot. Okay. And those are such good rolls, I didn't want to waste them not deploying them, but I am done, so we'll go ahead and... Did you already clean up over here, Josh, or no?
Nope.
Okay.
I'm not in charge of that, you are.
And the new one out is Mortar Fire, so you can put 2 dice on that. And then roll the assigned units, then choose one of the results. All opposing units that match that chosen unit are destroyed. So it's a bit luck-based, but if you got a 3... on one of your 2 dice, you could kill off 2 of our units. So, but again, you don't get to choose what gets placed there. You have to roll them after they're placed. So,
Okay.
okay, your turn. So go ahead and roll your dice. How dare you make a tank?
Yeah, tanks are nice, but they're also very slow moving.
Just like me.
Our Twitch stream looks blurry, Joe.
Does it?
I'll reload it just in case. Of course, an ad. Jeez, Joe. Don't worry, this game changes very quickly.
So, shoot. I did not mean to do that.
Oh, you guys are playing the Steam version, aren't you?
Nope. I'm not.
Joe? See?
I am using the Steam version, yes, because the Chrome version does not work for me to stream.
OBS doesn't like to stream it
Yeah,
easily.
it just loads like a black screen. What number was that, Steve? Were you trying to
It
fix
was a
it?
4. I keep trying to hit the thing, but it's not changing. I have
Uh-oh.
no idea why.
Huh. Thinks a 4 is a 6. That's weird. Let's move that one over here for now and
It's
see if...
because he dropped it on top of another one and it rolled.
Yeah,
that.
I didn't realize it was going to be an issue, and then I was like,
I didn't think it would either, so...
yeah. Alright, so let me just...
Here, I'll try to fix it.
Set that there.
There you go. You just had to re-roll it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess... So I could use that there to do that.
There we go. Yeah, it's working again. All fixed. It's not angled or anything weird anymore, so...
Yeah, it
What are these?
doesn't matter kind of where you grab it. It's wherever it drops right where it's at.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, just learning where it's supposed to be.
What are these tokens?
Those are mines.
Those are landmines.
And some of the cards will allow you to place them, but I have not seen those yet in action.
We have not got to use landmines when we demoed the game. My understanding is they're pretty powerful, though. I think they do 6 damage to everything around them.
Well, I guess we'll see if we ever get one of these cards out that has them.
Hmm.
Alright.
So, okay. So these get me the more dice, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so oh yeah, I can do that thing. Okay, yeah. Do that. Yep. Those go over there.
And you'll get 2 dice into your barracks.
Dice. And then this gets me 2 more money here, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And those go back to your barracks as well.
And that's there.
Okay.
And then I'm going to deploy that guy
Is that
there.
poop on your floor mat, or is that a cog?
And then
I said, is that poop on your floor, or is that a
this lets me
cog?
advance
Oh, it's
that
a dog
one,
toy.
right?
Correct. Yep. So he goes up 1 spot
It kind of looks like a butt plug.
because he's heavy infantry.
The screen's blurry again for me on Twitch, so I don't know what's going on.
And then I can take this
But I
off
reload
to
it and it's
upgrade
good.
right?
Yep.
Joy to the world.
It's F to flip. Yep. There you go.
Yep.
Alright, and then at the end of your turn, your units will advance on the board if you'd like them to.
So Josh, should I move toward his 3 or should I just keep going straight?
That is up to you. You might want to move towards it. I'm not going to give away any strategy yet till things happen.
Well, we are partners, so that's why I'm trying to get some idea. of
I
what's
realize
going
that,
on.
but
I
my
mean,
strategy will also help Matt.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to say anything till after Matt's turn or after.
Well, I mean, yeah, never mind.
Okay.
Yeah,
So now it'll be Matt's turn, and this new card is Reinforcements. Take a unit from your reserve and set its value to match the assigned unit, so it has to be a 4 or higher. Force deploy this unit beside a unit you own. That's not bad at all.
I got a 6. What should I do? What is this? It may increase all deployed units by 1. Well, I already have 2 6s, so that doesn't really help me.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have a 3, I guess, but it would
Yeah,
increase
but
that.
what else can I use my 6 for?
Just deploy him as a heavy number 6. That's
So
the thing is
So
really
you can move diagonal with light and heavy?
with everything.
Anything can move diagonally, yes.
So, like, let's say I get all the way right here behind enemy lines, and then had one here, I could move diagonally to that last spot?
Yes, that's
Okay.
correct.
Let's do a deploy.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting because when you set them down here, it doesn't really matter what their number is. It
And-
only matters when it comes to battling.
Just so you know, Matt, you cannot deploy a 6 because you already have a 6 out there.
I'll do that.
So you get to play to 5 though.
Take a unit from your reserve and set its value to match the assigned unit. Force to deploy this unit. So, does force deploy get around it?
Yes, it does.
Okay, so I'm gonna use this. That'll let me put a 6 out.
Yep.
And then I may as well put a 5 out. That's probably a good idea. Which is only gonna leave me with this one. This one I'll get back, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So I probably want to force deploy a value 1 unit from your reserve. I don't want 9 units. Probably want to add another unit.
Well, that takes money there, not dice, on the bottom there.
Oh,
He's
right.
putting it on the conscript, Joe, on the square.
No,
I
no,
think.
no. He was right.
He was
Okay.
Yeah.
I was scrolled all the way up.
And then I'll get another $1.
Okay.
I think that's a good idea.
Sure.
So
Okay.
We have a cat.
So I'm gonna start with this one.
Okay.
So set this to 6.
Yep. And then this card will go away.
I get the force to play it, which means I can put it in front, right?
It says you must force to play this unit beside a unit you own. So it has to be
Okay.
beside a unit that you own. Yep.
Here.
Okay.
Actually, let's put it here. Okay. I'm gonna put this away to get a unit.
Matt and these rolls are ridiculous right now.
I'm gonna put this away. $1.
Dollar bill.
So I can just straight up use this, right?
You would have had to put $1 on it, but since you have it, I would be okay with you.
Yeah, I had $3 when I said, or $2 left still.
You did,
Yeah.
yeah. But yep. So you would have. It's like another one of these cards essentially.
Okay, gotcha. So I'm gonna roll one of these. Oh, great.
Forced to play it behind
It goes
or
behind
beside
this
this
number,
location,
This number 2.
or beside it.
3, you mean?
The number 3, yes, not the number 2.
It's on the number 2 spot.
Oh, yes, okay.
And then deploy this guy.
And then when you deploy, they can deploy behind your units as well.
Right, so I'm gonna put him up here.
Okay. And then you can advance whatever units you'd like to advance at the end of your turn.
Oh, let's, is that gonna mess you up if I do that?
Nope.
I'm gonna put him there.
He can move 2.
If you want him to, yep, he can move 2 because he's light infantry.
Not bad, actually, because those are heavy.
Yep.
I understand I'd like to come here and fight me, but...
Yep.
Go forward with him. Forward with him. And forward with him.
Alright. So this will go.
That's it.
Okay, so we have forced retreat. You have to put doubles there and then advance all opposing units not on their front line back 1 space. And then armored support, forced to play the assigned unit on top of an infantry unit. So it doesn't matter what number it is, Josh can deploy that right on top of his infantry unit if he used it. Alright, Josh, your turn. Roll your... Somehow you have 6 dice.
Doesn't matter.
Wow. Well, that's a little rough.
That's an understatement.
We're gonna see Josh's strategy that's come together this turn, though.
I don't know about that.
Can I also move backwards?
No, you can never
Nope,
move backwards.
You can only go
But what if I've
forward.
been kinged?
Nope.
You can only move diagonal then.
You can move sideways, can't you, Josh?
The only time you can move sideways is in these areas where these links are.
That's right. Yes, that's right. So you can't even move sideways. You always have to move forward. That's right.
Well, what's going on down here? Let's see here. That's interesting. Actually, I might take that 6 and do that.
Mm-hmm.
And that might change what I want to do here. Okay, let's do something like that.
Okay, go for it.
Okay, so I'm gonna gain $1, spend $1, so I'm just gonna drag that back.
Yep.
Take this. Actually, I'm going to advance. I'm gonna advance this.
Okay.
Yep, let's do it there. Let's deploy this on top. Let's deploy behind. Deploy behind. Deploy. Is force deploy next to or only behind?
You can. No, it's only behind.
Yep.
The only one that's next to is Hey Panic, what's shaking? Not much, man. We're playing this new Dice Command game. It's coming to Kickstarter soon.
I'm gonna now take. Oh, then I need to upgrade. Sorry, upgrade this.
Oh yes, don't forget that.
I'm gonna advance this 1, 1, 2. These two will hit. They kill each other.
Yep.
So when units die, they just go back to your reserve.
Correct. They do not go to the barracks.
This one's gonna come up. It's gonna go. It's actually gonna go. Rosie here. 1 here.
Okay.
Let me set to a 1. And then second move there, right?
Can you move after combat?
2 movement, right? We don't have the rules, so I really don't know. Would I be able to move after combat, Joe?
Remember if we ever encountered that, honestly.
Neither do I.
I don't know if you could though.
And then I'm gonna move
Well,
that.
okay, for lack of rules, we do theme. Okay, so if you just fought somebody to the death, I would assume you stay.
I would assume so too.
But you're in no man's land, so you run. Keep your theme to yourself.
Okay, as long as we're consistent, then.
Yeah, as long as we're consistent, we'll just make a call on that, I guess.
Yep, that's fine. And then I can advance this 1 more right here, which I'll drop him on this 5.
Okay.
Yep.
5 will die.
Go
This will
1.
become a 1 up on top.
Yes. Okay.
There you go.
Away. Let's go away. Okay, so we have final push now, which is 2 or less. A die with 2 less. Set an infantry own to 6, then advance it. At the end of this turn, this unit is not on. If it is not on an enemy front line, destroy it. Wow. And morale, final push. And then morale boost is the same one that we saw earlier, where you put a 6 on there and you increase all your units by 1. Let's roll.
I picked up the. Did you see? You guys see those the bundle thing that they've been trying to sell from the people who did like Welcome to and stuff, but they have all like the Emperor S4 games and all that stuff in like a big bundle pack. No.
No, I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
No.
Like Hanami Koji and a couple other games like that, like a bunch of the stuff that's like.
Is it where you could choose like a heavy game, light game, or something like that? Is that what you're talking about?
No, there was a different thing that was like that I did before, but this was more just like they had a few bundles based on the like stuff that company sells and stuff, you know, like a couple different things or stuff that they distribute here in America. And I've heard several of the Emperor S4 games were real good, and so like you could get like all of those and the Welcome to Las Vegas, which is the new like Welcome to that just came out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I got like all of those, and then also what's that factory game that we played?
Satisfactory?
Fantastic
Nope.
Factory.
That's the one, yeah. And so I got
Oh, that's a
that was
video
like
game.
Yeah.
right. The Fantastic Factory, along with all the rest of it, and I think I got it all for like $50 or $55, like
That's pretty good.
7 games. I was like, okay. Some of them are like smaller 2-player style stuff, but it's like okay. So
Okay, I think I'm ready here. I'm going to take the 2 coins and get 2 more units into the barracks.
I'm very upset with you right now, Joe.
Ooh, I can't. Okay. That stinks. I'm not going to be able to do what I wanted to do. Alright, so I'm going to use these 2 guys right here to deal 3 damage to all dice in this column. So Steve's will become a 2. And Josh's will both die. I will use this to advance 1, 2, killing Steve's die, making this a 1. Oh, click on the wrong thing.
does that go back to out to my reserve, right?
To your reserve? Yes.
Yeah.
And then I'll deploy this 3, I guess, back here.
You would.
Yeah, I didn't think about that, not putting another 3 out there. Oh well. Okay.
You don't want it up here, Joe?
Up where?
You want it up here?
Ooh, do I want it up here?
Because especially with their newfound rules, they wouldn't be able to kill both of them in a single turn.
True.
Or would they? Yeah, they could.
Yeah,
so.
with multiple dice. I want to put him back here because I think this guy's gonna die anyways. All right, so now we're gonna advance. 1, 2. No. 1,
Oh, I like you having that 1 there. I'm gonna take
1,
that sucker out easy.
2.
So the problem is, what you would have to do is you would have to sit next to it and then move sideways into it, Steve.
That is my plan at this point. I'm gonna stop this boy, man. It's only a 1.
That's
I
right.
just gotta find something.
And that's
1.5.
gonna be
If I
it
roll a 1.5 or better, I'm good.
for my turn. So we're gonna go ahead and get rid of this final push. Move these over. And now we have flank attack. So for 3 or less, move up to 2 units. You own 1 space in any direction. Oh, that's really good for what he needs. Alright, and it is Steve's turn.
Stevie.
Is that what you rolled, Steve?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
So what's nice is if you do like a 6 tank would just run over this without even being injured.
Yeah.
Right. So I could do that.
Well, any tank would roll over it without being injured, but
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that does make a difference because I could use the you can use more than one of these cards over here, right?
yes, you can.
Yeah. Because I could snipe one thing. I could do this deal here with this with 2 of my 6s, make a tank out of a 2, which is not obviously as strong, but like I could use other things. I don't know if that's necessarily the better choice, but
Sniping isn't bad. I mean, because you gain a dice back, so it's like you
Yeah.
Right.
doing 6 damage, but it not dying.
right. And I could do it. So if I did that, I could either just, for example, I could take this out, but I could also knock 1 off of here. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. I think I'm gonna do. I think I have to get brutal there.
Oh,
What
boy.
does this one do? That's all deployed units by 1, then forced to play. Okay. I don't have a lot of units deployed, so that may not necessarily be my best. It's, it's a 3 or less. I can't do that. What is it? Moving up to 2 units. In any direction. Wow,
Yeah.
that's real strong. Okay.
Like
Alright,
backwards.
Even backwards, yep.
Let's see. So I want to deploy and deploy. And then I'll need 1 to advance, right?
Well, remember you get advanced at the end of the round also, so you can always set it next to him and then
And
not
then
do
just
any
do that
advance
as the
and just
advance.
run him.
Yep.
Right,
Correct.
right. So I could technically deploy another unit.
Or you could just ignore them. That's always an option.
Then the
Steve.
question becomes is whether or not I want to.
I mean, you could spend your 3 gold and get 3 another next round.
Yeah, I was strongly considering doing that anyways.
Have you considered ignoring that one?
I have,
Yeah.
but unfortunately, I'm not going to.
Oh, rude.
Yeah. It's just a 1. I mean, he's just light infantry.
He's trying to live his best life.
It's my last day on the job.
I retired tomorrow.
Yeah,
I retire tomorrow.
yeah. Of course you retire tomorrow.
I mean, you could always set one of those on advance. You could always set one in conscript to take one of your reserves and set it out as a 1.
Yeah, I could do that.
And then if you do that and you have a deploy, what you could do is you can set it out here, advance it up to, and then set your 6 like behind it.
So if I put like that there to do that forcing,
Mm-hmm.
and then I get to choose the order in which I
Mm-hmm.
upgrade stuff and whatever else too, don't I?
Well, upgrades happen always after.
Yeah.
No, and I meant like use like
What
this.
way you deploy, what way
Yeah,
you
yeah,
advance.
yeah.
Yes.
What way I do whatever with it. Okay, yeah, but then I don't have that to do. Okay. Well, damn. What is that?
That's when
okay.
2 tanks fight.
Okay, that's that.
You- Same thing. You just subtract the value from each one. So like if my tank fought and your tank fought, you would win and the top one would be removed and you would have a 2 left on the bottom.
I
Okay,
think
so
that's what
you
I'm
just
gonna
take
do.
the total of the 2 of them.
Yep.
All right. Yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I don't think there's a better choice. All right. It does feel good to be a gangster. That's totally true. All right, so I guess I'm gonna do this. So I'm going to do this to get $1. Whoops.
Uh,
Oh yeah?
$1.
$1 hairs.
Do that. Oh, thanks for helping.
Yep. Sorry.
Speeding up the process.
No, I was just looking. I saw this one was 2. I was like, oh, is this one 2 too? But it's not. So
That. And
I guess I
then
could just
I'm
look at
going
mine down here.
to-
Oh, don't do that.
There. And then do this one here. And then get rid of this to do 6 damage to the tank there, to the 6 tank.
Okay. So the top tile will just come off. Yep.
Yeah. And then this one here, I pull, so I take 1, right?
Yep. And you force deploy it out on the board too.
So is that a legal spot?
Yeah, it's any of your starting spots.
Okay.
Be legal right now.
Okay. So that's that.
Mm-hmm.
And then that'll go off to there, right?
Yep.
Yeah. And then I get to move at the end of my turn, right?
Yep.
So I'll move over there.
Okay.
And I'll get rid of that.
Man, my last day.
And I'm gonna do
With moral wisdom
That.
up to go.
Okay, cool.
And I'll do that.
Remember the one can move 2 spaces.
Yes, but if I get into that other column and he happens to put that out there because we have a bunch of stuff out there, then it's
Well, right now he can hit this row. That's what I'm saying. If you separate it,
Well, right now
Oh.
I cannot use that at all because I don't own 3. So,
Oh, that's true.
Yep.
So yeah, okay, yeah. So then yeah, I will move it up the next one. I was just thinking that I didn't want to put myself in that kind of danger. You know what I mean? But,
danger.
danger, high voltage. All right,
Y'all
Josh, or Matt's turn now, right?
Yes.
So we have fresh recruits. For $1, place this card in your barracks. After resolving it, you may spend it during your roll phase to reroll any number of units in your barracks. Okay. And armored support. Forced to apply the assigned unit on top of an infantry. So if when Matt rolls number 6, again, he can just redeploy a 6 to one of his tanks. Oh, he didn't. Wow.
Oh darn! Just a 5.
Alright, Joe, do I kill this tank? Or do I... Well, I can't use the number 2 this turn anyway, so I may as well kill the tank. That
Not a
makes more
terrible
sense.
idea, yeah. Otherwise, we're gonna, if he gets past you, we'll have to try and deploy something else to get him on a later turn.
Let's do... Do.
Are we hosting any games for Virtual Con? What's Virtual Con, Panic? I guess that answers the question as well, but...
I'm wondering if he's just saying any of the virtual cons.
Well, Virtual Con is capitalized, the V and C are, so I think it's a specific one he might be talking about. Maybe not, though.
Because I mean, who's all having virtual cons?
A lot. Several, like a half dozen different things. The Dice Tower and BGG are doing one together.
That's
Gen
okay.
Con's doing their own.
That's one Panic's talking about, is the BGG Dice Tower one.
Yeah. And then Origins was. I'm assuming they still are, though I don't know how that's like where that's at with things.
It has, I think it's been officially canceled.
They have canceled that too.
Origins Online,
Well, I
I
heard
believe.
something about that the other day, and then when I looked on their website, it wasn't updated at that point, so I wasn't sure if it actually was or it wasn't.
How? Wait, Matt, are you deploying that guy? He can't go in front of the 6.
So it's behind the... Can I force deploy past this white line?
No,
you
you can
either force to play or anything is always behind.
Yes, it's always behind or on our starting line back here is where you can deploy to, even force deploy.
This white line.
Oh, once you're past that white line, you cannot deploy on those units anymore.
Okay. But I can deploy on it here.
Yes, but it'd still be behind it.
But it's still behind that unit.
It's not in front.
Oh,
of it.
right.
Yep.
Right.
I'm thinking of hosting a game on Board Game Arena. You get a free pass if you host. Otherwise, it's $10
Yeah,
for the week.
I can't force deploy on the other side of the white line, though, right?
Right.
you can.
Correct.
Yeah.
Yep. Unless a card specifically says so, you can never deploy on the other side of that white line.
Crap, I should have done something different then. Oh well.
I'll have to look at it. I'll have to check it out some
Well, you
more
can't
tonight.
advance, so I mean, you're deploying behind him.
Yeah, I just advanced him.
Yeah.
Oh, you use like a 1 die to advance him?
Yes.
Yep.
How are you doing that?
I used this and I force deployed for my reserve.
Okay, so force to play once it's behind.
Right. It's still behind. It's always behind. It's not
Yep.
in front.
Yep.
Okay, then what's the difference between deploy and force deploy?
Deploy is here, force deploy
No.
is...
No. Deploy is either behind a unit or here. Force deploy means that the numbers don't matter.
There you go.
That's the difference. So like you could force to play another 6 out here, but that's the
okay.
only difference between deploy and force to play.
Gotcha. When it's my turn to move these, I can move them in any order, though, right?
Correct.
Okay, so I can still just put them there at the end of my turn.
Correct. You can. They're using
Okay,
Discord and everything.
so
on
I did all my
tabletops.
actions. I'm gonna move that there. Kills both of those.
Yep.
I'm gonna move this guy too.
Yep.
Move this one and move this one.
Dang. All right. Is that all you got? Okay.
Yep.
Is that all I guess? Jeez.
Okay. Now we
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
another armored support. So
God dang it. Thank you for all those other ones. Sweet.
is Josh just rolling one at a time till he gets 6s?
Yeah.
All right. All right. Okay, I'm ready.
Don't touch my die. Why did you just take that off the board?
Because you want to be a turd. So I pulled the mat and I threw it.
Do you remember what they said the price point of this game was going to be, Josh? Was it going to be like 25 or 30 bucks for this game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And they have some cool stretch goals with like 3D printed tanks.
Yeah. Oh, hot dog, Matt. Oh, that's locked. Wow.
There you go.
Okay. We all done?
Sadly.
Okay. So we have a frag grenade. Choose a space within 2 spaces of a unit you own. Deal 2 damage to all units on and surrounding that space. I don't have $2 to use. Oh, alright. Let's roll these bad boys.
I'm kind of at the point where Joe was in the first game we played. When Joe played, he got down to like 1 die. And it's hard to come back from that.
Yes, it is. Unless you have time. Okay, I think that's what I want to do. Yeah, I'm going to do that instead. Okay, so I'm going to start off by advancing this guy. 1, 2. I'm going to get my $1. I'm going to get my research token. And then I'm going to force deploy this unit on top of another unit. And then at the end of my turn, I'm going to do my advance action. So I'm going to advance this tank on top of Steve's little guy, killing him. And I'm going to advance this one here. Yes. Okay. And that's going to be my turn. Okie dokie. So now it is Josh's turn, and we have snipers back again.
Steve's turn.
Oh, Steve's turn. I'm sorry, snipers back again.
Still my
Steve.
turn. Still my turn.
Yep. They also said that they're looking at
You
getting.
didn't roll this 3.
What's that? This one?
That 3 I didn't think rolled, but it might have just stayed as a 3.
Yeah, I think it might have just said it's 3 because they were all in one package the way I did them. So I'm assuming that they must have actually done what they needed to do.
They're also saying that the barracks here will actually be dice boxes, like cardboard dice boxes that you can use. So you just roll your dice in there.
Well, that's not bad.
Or that's their plan. So
For $25-$30, it's a lot of dice and shits.
yeah, they said that's the cool thing about using normal dice is that they're cheap. So
And then you can always upgrade them yourself, get camo dice and stuff.
Yeah.
Or that could be a Kickstarter bonus or something.
yeah, lots of options.
Okay.
Good, no sniper. Steve can't snipe us, Matt. Sniper, no sniping.
I was just gonna say that. I literally opened my mouth to say it as you said it. Awful.
You snooze, you lose, Steve.
Yeah, apparently. Okay, so let's put that there.
Now remember, you could bring your people over onto my side of the board too, Steve.
Yes,
Yes.
we can
Okay.
cross. Yep, we can cross. We just can't start placing over there.
Oh, you can't?
No, I think that's Josh
Right.
said you had to place in one of your 5 starting spots.
This is kind of like a simplified Summoner Wars, to be honest.
Yeah, yeah.
'Cause even the co-op version of Summoner Wars is like this.
That's
Well, they have
good-
a 4-man. They were trying a different route where this is a new map that they just created,
Mhm.
where they were on the sides instead of.
So it was like a
next to each
cross. Yeah.
So their problem though was everybody was hitting kind of the middle, and everything was just getting kind of stuck out here.
And the games were lasting forever because it was almost impossible to get across the middle. But
And they said
said
what would happen is they would 2 people would team up, or on the one, and then that person would fall behind, and then
well, that's how the 2v2
Yeah.
board was even set up. But they were talking about trying to make a free for all with 4 players, and they're afraid that's what they're afraid of. Like people will team up against one person. But I mean that inevitably can almost happen in any type of game like this, right? So I don't know how you get around that. Ooh, Steve's getting some money.
I think
Money,
that's what I wanna do.
money. Money. All right,
Okay.
do
yeah, I
it
think
to
that's
it,
what I wanna
Lars.
do. All right, so these 3 there go to there to. Thank you. To do that.
Well, you only get 2 money, not 3.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry. Yep, my bad.
That's okay.
I was thinking I'm gonna have 3 money, which I do, but not 3 more money.
That's true panic. Some games make it so you can only attack the same person so many times in a row, or even like villainous.
that's what we were suggesting is a unit can only attack once per round and stuff like that.
And then I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna do this and force deploy to that,
Okay.
and then I can move forward 1, right?
Yep.
Oh, I can advance 1 is what it comes down to. So let's do that there.
Oh, you afraid?
Remember that one can move too.
Oh
no,
yeah,
no,
that
it
one
cannot.
can do.
No, it cannot.
Well, it's a
that's
tank.
It's a tank, yep.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're looking at a different angle than I am. I'm looking
Yeah.
at it from,
I switched to this angle because it was a little easier to see what was tanks versus what was.
and you can grab them easier.
Yeah. Yep.
I was looking at it straight up and down.
Am I better to do that right there?
Yeah, in theory.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, your unit defeats mine, so.
What's up, buddy?
Yeah, I was just trying to
Okay,
decide if it's
okay.
better for you
Shut
to
the door
wait
behind
so that
you.
if you move forward, like depending on what you did. But yeah, I guess that's good. All right, that's good. That's
Okay.
my turn.
So we'll get rid of this. Move these over.
Forced retreat. Advanced all opposing units not on their front line back 1 space.
Yeah, we had one of those earlier. It needs doubles though, right?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. Yeah. 3 threes. What is that garbage? The hottest of garbage.
Wow. That's
Well,
pretty.
move all of them, right?
It would move all of them back one, yeah.
I don't want to do that for a couple of reasons.
Okay.
I don't think. What's this game gonna be? I'm just curious.
What's that?
What's that?
Well, I guess one of us is gonna run out of resources at some point. That's what's gonna happen. So I'm gonna put this here.
You can build back up. It just takes many, many turns.
Yeah, it does.
Like Steven's whole last turn, all 3 of his dice were to gain money, so then he can get 3 more dice for the next turn.
He deployed a tank as well, though,
Yeah.
too.
I played a single one and then forced deployed to a tank. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whereas, like, I'm down to 2 die because I had placed out a bunch of dice.
Yes, Josh is gonna have to rebuild a little bit here.
Which drew
Yeah,
me.
if-
I wanted to use this double advance. So pretty much what I wanted is on that tank that was out here that Joe ended up aircrafting. I wanted to move it advance it or I wanted to deploy behind it, and then use a double advance to go 1, 2, 1, 2, and then advance it all the way up.
Yeah.
Because remember, you could pretty much do double advance and then advance at the end, so you can move really 6 spaces in one round with a light infantry person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's see. Do I want to do that?
So if you can deploy them halfway out there, you can literally just run them all the way to the very end very quickly, and that's what that one guy did towards the end of the game.
Yep. Yep. Once you guys were only 1 or 2 away, he advanced a couple quickly to end it.
Mm.
But that was going to be my suggestion for you, Steve, but the opportunity never came up to really.
Yeah, I've had some, like the last round I rolled too low for a couple of things I wanted to do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was like, I wouldn't mind do that or do this. And it was like, oh, well, I can't do any of that. And if I'd had one more, I would have done the frag grenade. You know, like I would have considered doing that because I could have potentially done that. But
Yeah, I'm gonna do this.
it was 1 money short.
Okay. Okay, so you get the force to play a 3, and that can be actually next to it because that's what it says, beside this location or behind it.
What do you think, Joe? I'm thinking this side.
Yeah, I like that side. You're not in danger of Steve 6 over there then, as much.
That, and then I'm gonna force deploy a 1 unit from my reserve. Right here. Actually, wait a second. Advance, don't use that first. Use my advance first.
Mm-hmm.
Put this
You want
Oh,
me to...
but then I can't put it behind him.
Yes, exactly.
So let's put it here.
Okay.
Move that there.
Okay.
And then let's get a money.
Money, 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 yeah, yeah.
And that's my turn.
And then you get to advance.
Yeah, let's do that. What do you think, behind him or over here?
Just in case he gets a card that lets him move backwards, I would go away from him. Just in case. Oh, yeah, okay.
Why, what's wrong with that? Gotcha.
I would have to have the number 3, Joe, and you have the number 3.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know how you do it. We can't use it unless we're on the number 3, right?
It's all units in a single row or column.
Joe, I don't own number 3.
But I do.
Right. You mean so like if you wanna if you want to activate that
Yeah,
one,
so
then
Joe's
Yeah.
saying he's going to bomb the hell out of you before next round is what he's getting at.
Both of us potentially.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to advance one at least.
But I mean, I guess yeah. Maybe it's good to, I don't know. Yeah, because if you charge him into that guy, he's just gonna die. So, because it's a tank.
Yeah, I mean, it's just a 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but one's win
And
game.
if it's still advantageous, no big deal.
Yep. Alrighty.
I'm done.
Okay. And Josh's new card is Tactical Retreat. Return up to 3 deployed units from your board back to your barracks. From the board.
Interesting.
Gain 1 credit for each one you returned, and it requires an odd card to do that.
Glad I rolled 2 evens.
Got a 6 though,
He did.
which would let you kill off. Which would let you snipe something.
Sniper, sniper.
True.
Okay. Is that your final answer?
That's 6. Kill that.
Where'd it go?
Into my hand. Because at the bottom of your screen it sucks it up.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Spend that to gain 1. Spend that to gain that 1 back.
Yep. And that's the
Then
gospel
end
truth,
of your
right?
term, and you can advance.
All set?
Sadly.
Sad, sad, sad. Alright. So I have tactical retreat, return up to 3. Oh, it's the same thing. Okay. I'm pretty sure Josh
Nice
shuffled
shuffle.
these. Alright, let's see what I got here.
I know.
I mean, it's a digital shuffle.
Yeah, we all know what that means. I don't
Mhm.
know what that means.
I know nothing.
I know nothing.
Alright.
Hey guys, it's
Hey guys.
Hey guys.
Hey
It's
guys.
almost 9 o'clock. I went silent, sorry. So you get
No,
fucking with my children.
we didn't realize that you had that silent button based on earlier, so you figured it out.
Oh, what do I want to do with this guy? I think I want to... Yeah. Okie dokie. So I'll start by spending my dollar to get another unit. Then I will deploy this good sir right here. And I'm going to use...
Why don't you deploy the 3 and then advance with the 2?
That probably would have been a good idea. For some reason I thought I had a 3 out there, but maybe I was looking at the wrong thing. Sure, let's do that. Good idea, Matt. I'll deploy that guy. And then I'm going to use this to deal 3 damage to all units in this row.
Well,
So-
okay, just for a second.
Okay,
Because if I advance this, that means we get 1 on their side.
correct.
Okay. Just throw, or you know, it'll be okay. I'll
Oh,
just make sure to put one on
Steve
advance.
is, Steve
and then
is
move it
next,
twice.
right? Hmm.
You're good. Go for it.
Okay. Alright.
I'll just use advance.
Alright, so that makes this a 1. That makes this a 2 on top.
Mhm.
Okay. Then I will advance this guy. 1, 2. Okay. And then at the end of my turn, this guy's going to advance. Da, 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 da! And this guy's going to advance right here. So, that's 5 total. So I get rid of that, and this becomes a 2. And he should be right there. This guy goes over here. Oh, these 2 should be back here. There we go. Hey, get my aircraft carrier back.
I didn't even make that big of a thing. I don't know why I didn't do it. But
Yeah, these cards, it's like if you barely touch them with it, it's like, yeah, okay, you want this card? Have it. Alright, and that's the end of my turn, so forced retreat goes away. Oh my gosh, Matt, what'd you do? And we have Tank Busters. Choose a light infantry unit you own. Destroy the top unit of an armored division up to 2 spaces away from the chosen unit. Wow. Wow. So if you got a 3 or less, Matt, you can destroy the top unit on Josh's tank.
Alright, my turn.
Yes, or Steve can do that with destroy a top unit of my tank as well. Oh my gosh, he got it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, deploy those dice.
I mean, for a 3, Tank Buster's pretty amazing. Or even a 1.
Oh, it has to be a light infantry unit.
Or
you own.
this tactical retreat isn't bad. Return up to 3 deployed units from the board back to your bear. Oh, well. I don't know if you'd want to do that.
Yeah, undeploy all his units.
I mean, if there's a bunch of 1s out there, a bunch of hurt units, you could bring them back.
Yeah.
I would definitely do Tank Buster for like a 1, but that's up to you.
Yeah, I'm probably going to. I'm just trying to...
Live your life, Steve.
Yeah.
Uh,
But then it's simple as like deploying a 2 out here and then having that 2 hit and just die.
mhm.
And it's interesting because the more dice you get behind enemy lines, the less dice you have to play with as well.
Right.
The rest of the game.
It's a little bit like a war chest in that respect. Like as the game goes on, you just have fewer and fewer available units to figure out what you're going to do with them.
Okay.
So let's see. Well, the thing about it is that. Oh, I guess I can do that, can't I? Okay.
Thing about it is what?
Just a second. No, I'm good. I just need to double check on. Okay, two white. Okay.
I mean, you can still put 1 down here to gain a gold.
Okay, Steve. I'm going to help you out before you lock in that. Reread the Tank Busters card. The first line.
I know what it means.
Okay.
I have a light infantry on the board. That could be within 2. I'm black, right? This guy, you're 8 years of light infantry, right?
Yes, but he's more than 2 away from my tanks.
Right, but potentially I could advance him and stuff like that. That's why I was trying to decide what I wanted to do.
Yeah, I was just making sure you
Yeah.
did the advance as well. Otherwise, that
Right.
die is wasted. Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So-
because your other advance doesn't happen until the end of the round.
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right. That's why I was wondering what I was. That's why I was like, when you said that, I was like, how am I going to do that? But I was.
I didn't
trying
read
to
the top
think about
part.
it before.
I just heard Tank
Infant-
Buster. I wasn't here for the whole card.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, that's fine.
I was forcing my children to clean up their messes.
So, all right. So, doing this, those 3 will go off to get 3 dice. This guy will deploy.
Steve, think about this. You can move this up 2 and then deploy that one.
I could also deploy that.
Oh
right
yeah, right there to
Yeah.
stop
there,
that. Yeah.
and then I could.
No,
yeah,
you don't want to do that.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
a smarter
no,
idea.
do what Josh wants you to do.
I know. I was thinking about this because he told me to.
Please do what Josh wants you to do.
Hey, I beat you in the first game, Joe.
Yeah.
It's all about the dice rolls, really. I mean, it makes a big difference if you're rolling a bunch of 6s or you need a bunch of odds.
Yeah.
That's the way I'm rolling them for sure.
I mean, that helps a lot. It's not all about that, but it is definitely helpful.
It's very, very helpful.
All right, yeah. So then I'm gonna take that and use that
To bust my
get rid
tank?
of that. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
All right, and then I get to advance.
Yep.
So I still only move 1.
Yep, that's what we decided earlier.
Yeah, if you're gonna move into combat, it stops your movement.
Gotcha.
He turned. I would advance this one and kill Matt's green.
I was
If you
considering
can't.
that, but I could also just keep moving down. But
Why can't he, Matt?
He's on this one. That's
Yeah, he can't move sideways, so
Yeah.
yeah, I'm on
Oh,
this
gotcha.
row. So,
I
yeah,
thought he was one back.
Yeah, no.
He's here. Gotcha. The way he sets his dice are.
Yeah, well,
it looks
technically
fine to me.
that's the spot right there. I mean, or real close
Yeah.
to it. But yeah.
Yeah, it's right there. Anyways, go ahead, Steve. You can advance these two guys still.
Yeah.
Steve. I'm gonna critique whatever you do next.
I'm not
even if
surprised.
it's
I'm
the
used to it at
absolute
this point.
right thing.
It's Steve's life, and it's now or never. Oh.
And I will-
What's funny is I think we're probably both right in how we're placing it. It's just we're looking at the board from different angles and it looks different.
Yeah.
He's using his hand and how he's grabbing things, and he's placing it via where his hand is at and not where the die is at or the shadow is at.
It could also be that I'm at an angle that I don't see the board the same way that you do, depending on what angle
Yeah.
I have. So even when I pick it up, I can't see anything underneath it at all. Like I can't see where I'm setting it. That I'm just literally have to guess by the angle that I have. That could be it.
I mean,
I
even
know
at
it's
the lowest
unlikely.
angle, there's shadows.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Don't flip those over yet. Steve's turn's not over.
I was done. I was
Okay,
already done.
Steve's done.
I said that.
Matt wants
Okay.
to get advantage.
So we got
Why
reinforcements.
would it matter? It's not like it's gonna change before it gets to my turn.
Take a unit from your reserve and set its value to match the assigned unit. Force deploy the
Well-
unit. And then this one takes 3 dice, danger close, destroy all units and mines surrounding a unit you own. If assigned total is 12 or less, destroy your unit as well. So you can do like a big...
So pretty much
Explosion.
that's where you set up mines all the way around it, a whole entire unit, I think, remember, is what they were saying. You like surround them in mines.
Well, no, this one just destroys all units and mines surrounding it. So it's like a suicide bomber type thing.
Gotcha. They were saying something about setting up mines all the way around somebody.
Yeah, I think that might be a different card.
Unless the total of your 3 dice is 12, is 13 or higher, then your unit survives, so...
I mean, it might be worth it if I was between these two, but
Mm-hmm.
He definitely didn't roll a 12. Finally.
Be right back.
Burbs. My goal to come back is to have all Steve's guys dead. Let's see if we can do this.
I can hear you.
Oh, shoot.
alright. So
Yeah, it's just you and Matt who have wired headsets. Get with the times.
Nah.
prefer a wired headset. Never have to worry about a battery.
Boom, shakalaka.
What's
Don't worry
funny
about
is you
batteries.
said, "Oh shoot," and then about that point, my audio cut out. So for like a second, it was like,
Wireless charging, Matt.
Um. Goodness, what do you think?
Yeah.
Alright, so let's do advance. Boop, boop.
Boom, shakalaka. Get him, Matt.
Or wait, did I want to deploy first? I wanted to deploy first. Wait.
Who's got a clicker or something? What the hell is that?
I think Steve is
me.
clipping his toenails.
nope, fingernails.
Never mind, no, the deploy needs to go down here.
Yep. Oh, what is that? Is that a... What's on my head? Panic? It's really small, I can't see.
I don't know
It
which way
looks
Steve's
like
gonna
a-
go.
It looks
I
like a
can't,
paintbrush.
can't move as quick.
If you click it, it gets bigger.
It's
Joe.
some, I'm guessing it's something with pride.
I'll go here.
Oh, it's a unicorn horn. Yeah.
That gets me $1.
Buy that for $1.
gets to roll from the reserve.
That one's been pretty amazing, that roll from reserve one.
Yeah.
Because it's not just like a
Oh,
one,
you know
it's
what?
a roll one.
I can just put it on top, can't I?
Nope, you have to assign it behind.
Yeah,
beside.
I don't think you can deploy on top of a unit that's already there.
Okay.
You would have to move into a unit.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Again, we don't have the rule book, so we could be wrong about that, but...
Fine. I think that's everything.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I get to move now. So I'm gonna advance him there. Boop. To put him there.
The way that you do the advances and stuff on this, like at the end and whatever else, is very similar to Heroes of Normandy or Shadows over Normandy. That it works the same way. Like you have
done that.
What do you think, Joe? Should I leave this guy where he is?
I'm not paying attention to you, so.
I was thinking that, because then Steve has to make the first move and you can react. I'm assuming that's going to make him go towards me. But...
Yeah, so I'm just going to leave him there.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, I'm done.
Alright. Josh, guys. Fresh recruits for $1. Place this card in your barracks, then you can re-roll dice when you use the card, so...
I love dollar recruits with barbecue sauce. It's so good.
Sounds tasty.
It's not been beneficial to me.
Anyone watch Artemis Fowl on Disney Plus?
No, not yet. Yeah, I see that.
It was okay.
It was okay.
Yeah, I wasn't.
Did you read the book or whatever?
I did not. No, I'd never heard of it before. Does he actually? He should get a separate stream going of it. Panic says he's enjoying your manicuring side stream, Steve.
Yeah, I'm trying to do something positive here.
It's
So
quarantine.
far, I've been doing junk.
He's trying
And
to
one
keep
good
himself.
roll, and then it's gone downhill dramatically since then.
Man, I'm still so tired from driving yesterday and everything. Oh,
I've been playing a ton of that
I'm
BattleTech
gonna do
game,
this.
okay.
and
Advance this.
have not been getting to sleep at a reasonable time in any way, shape, or form.
Gain $1, spend $1.
Yeah, get a unit. Okay.
Pull this back, putting one out here.
Okay.
And at the end I'll advance.
Killing that guy.
Yep, and then this guy can go 1, 2. Actually, let's. Or was he there?
Yeah, he was there.
Yep.
Let's go 1, 2 there.
Okay.
So is this any of your die?
Yes, any unit.
Yeah. Before an engagement. Yep. All right. That goes away.
I think that was my best bet to try to gain control of this and not let Matt sit there and force deploy crap.
Yeah. Well, yeah. At this point, like we definitely needed to move up, and we got kind of a little stymied earlier. But that's just more the luck of the dice.
Huh. So now here we have mines, Josh, and we don't know what they do.
I think they destroy anything that.
Was it anything, or was it just tanks? No, it might be anything, because they would destroy a person if you walked onto them.
I think it was anything.
Yeah.
Or I think it did like a total of 6 damage, so I don't think it would destroy a full tank, but I think it would take it down to a person, like they would have to exit the tank per se.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, and that would make sense because a tank, because the mine would definitely kill the
Like
vast
the
majority of
tracks.
people. You know, like the vast majority of people that it hit, but a tank may survive it. No, you know, like without that much problem, depending on the, you know, like how big of a deployment it is or whatever else.
It's your turn, Joe.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still trying to decide. He rolled super well like I did, so he's trying to make it like the most safe.
Yeah, Matt's kind of where I was now a couple turns ago, where he only has 2 dice, and it comes really down to really hard to only have 2 dice of $1.
Yep. I've kind of avoided that. Actually, I was going to mention, you know, we played, Panic and I played Roll for the Galaxy, you know, a couple weeks ago, right? And one thing that I remembered after I was finished playing that game was, like, literally it was like, it wasn't until after I was finished that I thought, you know, the one thing about Roll for the Galaxy is you absolutely want to do your best to be getting back dice every turn. Like, you want to have money to return the dice that you used, so you have lots of dice to roll to have lots of options. You know what I mean? Like, it's not always going to give you good options, but you at least you have a better chance of having options.
You redoing what you just placed out there, Joe?
Yeah, for some reason I was thinking I had like 6 dice, so which doesn't make any sense what I was thinking here.
I do understand that feeling.
I think that's what I want to do.
I'm gonna have a question on this if you hit where I think you're gonna hit.
Okay. Alright, so yeah, first thing I'm going to do is use the aircraft carrier. I'm going to hit this line right here.
Would have killed that in the back.
No, because they said those are out of play. So essentially, I think he even said they all turn to 1s, but it doesn't matter because they're just essentially behind enemy lines and out of the game, so... Kill Steve's 1, change that to a 3 on top. I'm going to deploy this guy right.
I'm gonna change the 3 on bottom actually and leave it a 6 on top, Joe.
Hey, Joe.
What?
Would you want to do that or this column so that he loses this ability?
He would hit himself then.
I thought about that, but yeah, I don't want to lose the aircraft carrier if possible.
Okay.
And then
I mean, you're going to next turn.
Nah, I won't. I'll be fine.
Okay.
So we're going to advance. I'm going to go 1, 2, and advance and hit that guy and bring him down to a 3. And this guy dies. And I think that's it for me. So.
Oh, and the game can run out if these cards ever run out also, right?
Oh, that's right. They do, don't they? It ends.
Yep.
It's good to know that.
I forgot about that, Josh. Good call.
It literally just dawned on me. I was like, man,
funny.
that pile is getting really low. Oh shit.
Panic says, you mean you shouldn't just roll 1 die on a turn in Roll for the Galaxy? I guess not. I've only played it a couple times. It was a long time ago as well.
Oh, that's Steven.
Well, no, you can place all your dice. You just want to make sure that you X amount of your dice are on the expedition one, and you use them to get money, so you can buy the dice back, as opposed to exploring and adding more tiles. And it's something that doesn't always seem obvious.
You want to upgrade this?
Oh yeah, thank you, Matt. I forgot to put that there.
Huh. That's pretty exciting.
Alright.
Huh, and huh.
I was going to try and go for this, but I just don't have the dice to do it. The research and development. It's nice if you can get it, but...
Josh, are the cards upside down for you on your side?
Yeah.
They are? Okay.
I guess technically they could do this, right?
I'm aimed down where everything's right side up. I'm not like sitting on that side of the table per se.
Gotcha.
But they could rotate them if they wanted.
put mine at an angle, like I'm sitting there for options.
It's on a screen, so it just makes sense for me to view the way I'm viewing.
Sorry.
Alrighty.
Gosh, you didn't king me.
King me. We played a lot of checkers this weekend. Taught my nephews how to play.
What rule of checkers? Because it seems like everybody has their own house rules.
Yeah,
House rules to checkers?
I'm sure there is.
Well,
Yeah.
I mean, of like kinging and making it across. all
My
that fun
yeah, and I don't even know if kinging is a part of the original game or not. I have no idea.
It is.
Okay, but my brother-in-law plays. If you have a king, they can jump across the entire board at an angle.
Yeah, that's definitely not part of the original.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so essentially
Absolutely.
they start to act like a bishop, like when they jump. So if
Yeah. I
Even
mean, there's
if-
versions of the game like that, but that's definitely not the the normal version of the game.
I will say I was undefeated all weekend though, against a 4-year-old and an 11-year-old. So
Did you never move your back row?
oh no, I moved my back row. I even man, they go for the easy, like they go for the sacrifice
Those,
all the time. They're like,
those.
I'll move one out and they'll be like, ooh, and they'll jump it with their
Do
king, and then I'll just be able to
those.
take their king. Like, how dare you
And
put your
then-
king at risk for that single unit?
Sorry, I haven't been paying attention to what you're doing, Steve.
He's juking around me.
Yeah. At this point, I'm just going to keep moving toward the other end.
Probably not a bad choice, because
And that's it. That's all I'm doing. It wasn't a very productive turn, but I figured it was better than...
I didn't see what you rolled. I would like I said, I
what,
wasn't paying attention.
you can see it right there. 1, 2, 3 2s and a 3.
Okay,
It
Matt.
was
You
pretty
got
horrendous.
final push. Send an infantry on to 6 and then advance it. If it's not on the enemy front line, destroy it.
So it's kind of like setting somebody really beefy at the very end, so then somebody else can't set something and destroy it right away.
Yeah.
That's not awful. It has to be a 2 or less, so you can't use it.
Yeah, holding those big numbers.
Yeah, I won't be able to do it. Like with this guy, at most I could advance him 3 times then, which still wouldn't be the end.
Right. Well, the enemy, whatever, the front line would be where they deploy units to.
Oh, okay.
Well, you would only be able to advance them twice, Matt.
Well, at the end of he would move one more time at the end of the turn, because he
Yeah,
advances.
I can use advance. This advances it, and then I can move at the end of my turn. So I could put it here as a 6. That might not be a horrible idea, I guess.
But you don't have the right dice to do it because you need a 2 or less to use that
yeah.
ability. It's not a terrible idea,
But it's an impossible idea.
it is. It is.
Can I place a mine on an existing unit? I'm gonna guess no.
It says on open spaces, so
Oh, okay. Yeah. I can't do a ton. Thinking of just advancing this guy and then deploying. What do you think?
possibly unless you want to try and get more units. I guess I don't. It's tough. We're starting to run low on our side now, and they're getting built back up. So.
Right. Let's do that. Let's advance.
It wouldn't be a terrible idea to take. Let me see. 1, 2, 1, 2 to take out this unit that Josh has. It's like put a 3 out and then advance the 3 And at the end of the turn, he'll advance and kill that. That way he can't... I guess it would become a 2 because it would enter battle, but your 3 would still survive. Right? Plus you can't deploy a 4 anyways because you already have a 4 out there.
Right, so I might not even want to do that. We'll do that. Oh, I would. I'd have to move it twice.
You would, yeah.
Fine. I'll get another unit, I guess. Grab that. Get another unit. Deploy. Advance. End of my turn, I can advance.
Yep. I'm guessing you're going to increase it to a 2, right, Josh? So Matt goes down to a 1.
Yeah, so it goes down to 1, Matt.
But now you have that ability. Aha.
And I'm gonna move that guy 1. And then I'm gonna move this guy just this way.
Okay.
Okay.
Get rid of minefield.
Oh, jeez.
Frag grenade again. Choose a space within 2 spaces of a unit you own. Deal 2 damage to all units on a space. Mines affected are destroyed. Big money hustler. Whew.
Yeah. So, put this guy out here.
Nope. You already have a 3.
Okay, for
You
3.
have to change it to
Up
2.
with a 2.
There you go.
Forget you did damage to me.
Yep. Sure did. Well, whatever.
See, I was thinking about putting him here.
You were just here, right?
Like waiting to deploy him instead of deploying him first.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
Okay.
that makes more sense, and then I'll hit him, clear him out.
They'll both die. Yep.
Yep, and then 1, 2. And that'll be my turn.
Okie dokie. Minefields are gone, so we don't have to worry about them. Firing line. Deal 3 damage up to 2 enemy units directly in front of units you own. Okay. That doesn't really work, but okay. Alright, let me roll these dice. Oh, I know I need more units, so that's going there. One, two.
You watched the preview for Star Wars Squadrons?
Not
I
yet,
have
no.
not.
Alright. Well, there's nothing over here, right? 2 or less.
Or if you're in a Madden 21.
Hold on a second. It's an infantry. You own to 6 and advance at the end of this turn. This unit is not. Okay, so if I put them here, you go 1, 2. Oh, okay, nope, I can't do that. Okay. Alrighty, so I'll get a unit for next turn. I'm going to deploy this little guy right here. I'm going to advance him. I'm going to advance him. And then at the end of his turn, he will advance again. Boom.
Me.
What's that?
Me.
And it is Steve's turn.
Alrighty then. Okay, let's see here.
Oh my god. You know what, Steve? At a glance, I gotta say, I thought that dog was a deer.
Yep.
I just looked over, I was like, holy crap, is that a deer in Steve's house?
We raised them. We, you know,
Steve is Santa Claus.
something.
They
like
raise
that.
them off of his nail clippings.
That-
I,
no,
I love that
it's
Josh
Suckles.
talks.
It's Suckles.
It's just an empty chair. Like he's a ghost.
Yeah, the ghost of Josh Future.
They raised them off of his nail clippings. So we only have 4 more rounds left. So just so you guys are aware, because these cards are about to run out. So
Is it when they run out or when they run off the board?
I think he said when the deck runs out, it's over.
So Steve, I think we're losing.
A lot can happen in 2 turns. Oh dang! Panic's being savage. He said empty chair, definitely an improvement.
It's true.
Oh, I'm gonna join your live views when you're chatting with people, and I'm gonna drop some terrible things. Panic.
Panic will actually be on oh, what's the channel, Panic? You're gonna be on another channel.
Who cares?
During their 12-hour stream, right? Helping them.
Okay.
We're thinking for our if we hit 1,000 subs on YouTube, we're just going to stream Josh for 48 hours straight, just his life. We'll attach a camera to him on like a
Really long cable.
laptop.
I'll wear a laptop as a backpack with a battery pack hooked up to it.
From Friday at like 6 p.m. until Sunday at 6 p.m. you can live with Josh.
It's a lot of pooping.
It's a lot of pooping. And he won't turn the camera off either. Steve's
now you're threatening us. I see.
Steve's working on some sort of smell-o-vision tech, I guess, for this.
It's the scratch and if cards.
Yeah.
We'll send them out. We'll mail them out.
They haven't done those in
Poop
quite a
number
while, have
1.
they?
Poop number 2.
what
Poop number 3.
What show is that did that back when like we were kids? They had scratch and sniffs you could send in for.
Nickelodeon did a couple of them.
Yeah.
It was whatever pail, Garbage Pail Kids.
Was it?
I know those were had scratch and sniff cards.
Yeah, they did, but they did it for a TV show, and like it would tell you what to scratch.
Number 1, number 2,
and
and it was
smell
like
it, yeah.
toast and grass.
Yeah.
Oh, you know, it was Rugrats.
Yes. There you go, Rugrats. Thank you, Matt. I knew I remembered it from one of them. The internet.
And I think they did one for SpongeBob too. But I know for sure it was Rugrats Go Wild. Was it the movie?
Maybe it was the movie.
Why do you know this, Matt?
I think he's
Because
on the
I
internet.
was Rugrat age. What do you want from me?
Steve, the Rugrats is a show about.
I remember.
Remember,
My
Steve,
kids were real young.
Oh, it
When
was.
that was
Okay.
out.
That one was the movie that was on TV that was a crossover between Rugrats and the Wild Thornberries.
There you go. Yep, I remember watching that.
Wild Thorn Rats. I remember that guy.
I just remember the little redheaded kid. He's like, dee 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 dee.
Chucky?
What?
I don't remember him doing that.
I don't either.
I didn't realize he had epilepsy, and I don't think it's kind.
I
right
promise
for you to make
you.
fun of him. Jeez, man, oh man.
I promise.
I want
I'm
to
gonna
see
find
this
a-
clip of him going dee 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 dee.
Dee.
Yeah, the Rugrats movie came out when I was 8.
Yeah, my sister was big into Rugrats, so.
Actually, it might have been 7.
Wild Thornberries, I don't think it was Chucky was the name of the kid. You're thinking of Chucky from Rugrats.
That's
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Well, you said the red-haired kid.
In Wild Thornberries.
He wasn't. He didn't have red hair, but you're talking about Danny.
Sure.
The dad had red hair. The
Yeah.
Yeah, but the
Oh,
kid, 'cause they found
Nigel.
him in the wild. It was Danny.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Donnie.
that's right.
Donnie. Sorry.
That's right. He was like
So-
Mowgli. He was
Right.
raised by animals.
So
or
Ready?
whatever.
do
I'm
this.
posting it, Joe. Boom, right there.
Alright.
Go there, and I'm gonna get rid of that. I'm pretty sure that was right.
So people
That sounds
could
like Josh. So
people could hear it, but I couldn't get it to show on screen. So Josh
he's
is
not
right.
like, he's like, yeah.
He was the scat man.
And then I'm gonna remove these two to do 3 damage to that die.
To which die? Oh, to Matt's? Okay.
And then so I guess the question is, Josh, when I do my automatic moves, do I kill this guy off or do I move in? Just go around?
Yeah.
Get
yeah,
a
because
point.
otherwise you can't move twice.
Well, no, I get that, but it was more important for me to take out one of the guys, was the question,
Which one did you use? Did you use firing line then, Steve?
I used firing line, yes.
Okay.
Yep, I had a 2 and a 3 on there.
Cool.
I'm all set. I've made all maneuvers.
Move up to 2 units. You own 1 space in any direction. Oh,
Sounds like hot garbage to me.
hot garbage. Check it and see. Have a fever 303. That's how the song goes, right? Hot garbage. Hot garbage.
And there was a rule about how to do scoring if there's like a tie and there's people out here, but we didn't get into that because we didn't have a tie.
Right.
Because it's like points per so many units and stuff.
Oh man, these cards are getting out of control here in this discard pile. They're starting to bounce. Boing, 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 boing. Steve, we played a game you would have liked last night or last
What?
week. We played a game you would have liked last week called Transcontinental.
Oh, I'm so broken though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not the game itself, but the coding and the
The
digital
interface
version
for
of the
the
game.
TTS, yeah. By the end, like we would move a piece, and like the entire game would just be like, cuckoo, cuckoo,
It was
cuckoo.
making Joe literally like he was throwing errors every time anything moved on the board.
Yeah.
Nice.
I would just get this giant like block of error code, and then like the thing would move. But it's a game about building the railroad across Canada.
Right.
Yeah. That would become a 1, right, Matt?
Like I said, I think you guys got this. I don't think I can advance.
Okay.
Actually, I'm doing it the other way. I want this one there and that one here.
Yeah, I could get one in, but I don't see a point.
Okay, that's my turn.
What is there only?
There's only one more card, so
One more
Joe will
card
get-
after that,
Joe will
yeah.
get a turn.
Yeah.
I think Steve should also get a turn, so it's
I
even.
was gonna say it would
Yeah, I
seem
like
like
that
you'd
idea,
finish out
yeah.
the turn, but the round. But I don't care.
Yep.
That's
No,
fine.
I like that idea.
Okay, well, we'll set.
I shouldn't have deployed these up there. Then I should have left them down here. But whatever.
Yeah. I mean, really, does anything else make sense than to do this? Right? I mean, deploy. Advance.
Is it your turn?
No, it's not.
Oh, it's not? Whoops, my bad.
No, it's
It was,
fine.
it was Josh's turn still.
I thought Josh just finished his turn.
Nope. Literally, Matt just finished his turn. And I'm
Oh,
taking
my
mine.
bad.
I'm gonna do the same thing where I just force push, do a double advance, get one in there. So it's not even like I could tie you, or you could, you know what I mean? There's not even gonna be a tie, because you're gonna do the exact same thing I'm gonna do. So I'll pay one to get one. I'm actually gonna do this and roll a die. 5. Place this one back here. Double advance. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Undo all my manses. 5, 6. Advance this one.
You're welcome, Space Dandy. That's what Josh is here for. To enlighten.
What's the enlightenment? Oh, the
The
link.
link you provided, yeah.
You wanted wild thornberry stuff. I mean, just do deploy and double advance, and you got it, Joe.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think if there's anything more fun I can do.
You could battle Steve's one and destroy it, so then he can't put one way out there.
Right. But even that... Oh, right, because he could put more behind this, right?
He could do the exact same thing you're gonna do because he has a double advance.
Oh, he's only got
also.
3 dice, so I'm trying to think here.
Well, just depends if he rolls a low die, then you set it behind it, do double advance, and advance at the end. That's the 6 you need.
Yeah, that's more dangerous, so... 1, 2, okay, so he needs to advance once.
I mean, really, Joe, you do the same thing. You get a 4th here, we get 3 here, you guys still win. So it's either you destroy him...
If he advances this once to here... 1, 2... Oh, still, and then he could get 2 in. Because he could deploy to behind it and advance the second one, and then they both advance at the end of the turn, causing a tie. So it's safer for me to kill that. Alright, so I'm going to deploy this guy here. I'm going to advance him. 1, 2. I'm going to force deploy this unit on top of a infantry unit I own. At the end of my turn, I will advance.
Just running them over.
Well, that one would die, wouldn't it? Since it's a 1.
Nope, because it's a tank. You have to reroll it and then set it to 1. Since it fell off and did a weird... Tanks
kill light infantry. They don't have to fight them.
Even if it's
Gotcha.
1 tank.
So there we go.
Idaho.
Alright, Steve's turn. Oh, Matt found something. Yup, there it is. The see and smell the new Rugrats Go Wild movie. Yeah. Well, it looks like Burger King because it has a Burger King symbol on the top right, Matt.
Oh, does it?
Yeah. Maybe it was in like a kids meal at Burger King or something.
Oh, it does. They closed a ton of Burger Kings, didn't they?
Did they? Because
I think
of
so.
being out of meat?
I know Wendy's was out of meat and they were doing that. Good game, Steve.
If Matt would have rolled lower, we may have been able to end it a little bit sooner. But he rolled so high, he couldn't get any light infantry units.
Well, I pushed too hard in the beginning. I wanted to get this up and going and start doing this double advance pushing to get a tank out here and just push off of it each round.
Yeah.
But I kind of pushed myself too thin, and Steve and Matt had like a double 6 or 3 6s out on the board with a tank as a double 6 and a regular 6, so that kind of was really hard to defeat.
Yeah. Hey now, Steve, what are you doing there?
We're not even sure.
That was my after advance, so I know it wouldn't like.
So that guy's dead.
It does.
That dies, and that becomes a 3. And you'd have that split.
We should have played with these.
They're kind of big.
They fit perfectly, like in the squares.
Yeah, but the issue is they're tall, so it's hard to see what's behind them potentially.
Just go straight up and down.
They did say that the dice will actually sit inside of them.
It's about time.
In,
That's a pretty fun game. It definitely reminds me of a kind of a combination of memoir and, like I said, that Shadows of Normandy. It's good. It's good.
yeah,
It's fun.
I really enjoyed
I mean,
it as well.
if it's definitely a $25-$30 game, I think it'll be great because it'll come with a 2-player board, 4-player board. They have some Kickstarter stuff that they're talking about.
I would say if it's $40 or less, it's probably fine. Like, I understand 40 would be a little high, but I would think anywhere from 40 down, you don't feel bad. And if it's 30 or less, you feel like you're getting a deal.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot of dice, a decent amount of dice, and I guess it depends. I mean, if they're like the crappiest dice you ever saw, I'm not saying they will be. I'm just saying, like that would be unfortunate. But otherwise,
Right.
They did say they were probably going to go with whatever dice, and I don't know. Just regular dice are pretty cheap.
So
that was pretty fun.
yeah, that's our playthrough of Dice Command.
Good job, guys.
From Ejected Planet is the name of the company that'll have that coming out soon. So